When we're approaching clients to talk about migrating platforms, it's a sensitive conversation, right? It's really specific on what's happening in a client account. But if I notice an underperforming cart abandonment or an underperforming browse abandonment or something of that nature, I know that I can make it better leveraging the Attentive tool. So it's very easy for me to start that conversation. So what we have learned through migrating upwards of 20 plus accounts with Attentive to this point is our formula is really learning where our first big win is and then working with the Attentive team to make sure we have a customized roadmap to get it for migration. Basically, the first thing we notice is deliveries go up. And that's a big point of emphasis for me. Once we kind of get that first thing going and we say, okay, now we're launching our abandons, we're launching our welcomes. Once you start getting the increased velocity of message sends because you're identifying users on site, it makes everything else you're doing easier. Campaigns are more effective because they're backed up by browse abandons or cart abandons or whatever. And you just start gathering wins. The deliverability piece for me, that's a completely white glove service. So I tell my clients that I lean on the Attentive deliverability team. I tell them that I can't afford the deliverability team at EX. So we're lucky that we have the Attentive team working for us. And then I hand it off. When you are a brand owner, these guys have no time to dedicate to their email and SMS. There's no time, right? We all know that it's the highest ROI action you can take. Bringing them both in-house under Attentive, where it is as simple as you want it to be, but you can also really drive down. I think that is a big, big win for business owners, right? Because if you only can dedicate an hour a week to your program, logging into two places shuts you down. Like just something as simple as a second login can just crush 20% of your output. It's sort of a no-brainer to try to bring them all in one platform. It becomes a block to pass data back and forth between platforms. We use two-way messages a lot. With both messages in platform, we can take answers from two-way and immediately have it impact the next email a user gets. The thing is, before we migrate users to Attentive, the win is baked in. We migrated a men's health brand, and as we're reinstalling all the abandoned carts, welcome series, you're just finding everything's out in the open, right? You're seeing all this spaghetti journeys, all this spaghetti code that was left behind pre-migration. And I can tell you for that brand specifically, we found a $70,000 mistake in their welcome series. And simply by taking it apart, putting it back together on Attentive, using the visual journey builder that y'all have, being able to dive down to exactly who's going to get what message at what point, we were able to see that pre-migration, there was 30% of users were just not hitting the specific journey that they were supposed to hit. And by plugging that hole, $70,000 just appeared. I've never seen it not produce some sort of big win like that I can take to the stakeholders and say, we're going to move forward with this next journey next. It gives you more freedom to take bigger swings. Once I get a client onto Attentive, I know I could do any idea they have, I can make it happen.